This is the Boss GX100, their answer to all the not so super expensive ultra versatile modular pedals out there. Let's check it out. Hi everyone, Gregor here from Bass the World with Lars Lehmann on bass. I'm an analog guy for the most parts. I like my pedals to run on 9 volts, and if something's wrong, I prefer to have them fixed with a soldering iron instead of a factory reset. But the last years have shown me that it's time to leave this boomer mentality behind me, because these new generations of modular pedals like the GX100 are capable to cater to all my needs without spending thousands on pedals and amps. It can all be in here. So if you bring this to your gig, all you need is your bass, a cable, this pedal with its power supply, and in this particular case, maybe some sort of DI box. That was the studio bass preset, which I always enjoy in Boss modular pedals. It's just a little bit of room, amp and compression to give you a recording ready bass sound for, normal stuff. The GX100 includes 150 effects, 23 amps and loads of cabinet sounds for guitar and bass. Plus you can load your own impulse responses if you want to make this pedal even more your own. I used to have the GT1000, which is the flagship for the Boss lineup for these modular type of pedals. So I expected this to be a more compact version of that pedal. But no, this one here costs less than half of the GT, which makes it a very competitive product. Now let's hear one of my favorite presets, the Synth Octave Bass. Speaking of presets, there's loads of those in there. Maybe not as many as I would wish for bass, but you can find a lot more in their apps. But honestly, these kind of pedals are made so you can create your own, which I did to learn how all of this works. If you happen to have a GX100, you can download them on the Boss Tone Exchange site. The live set is called Bass the World GX100 Bass Sounds. They're not super spectacular, but actually sounds I like to mess around with in my free time. One is called Light Bass Phase, another is called Bass Nasty Funk, and the third one goes by Bass Dreamy Octave. I made those after we finished our recording session, so they're not featured in this video here. So instead, let's hear another preset called Bass Tiva, featuring Lars playing the visual deal, Bass the World bass and the touch bar. And now let's have a look at the pedal. First of all, the GX100 is built like a tank. I wouldn't want to drive over it with a car, but if that ever happened, I wouldn't be surprised if it survived with ease. The star on the surface is a nicely reactive touchscreen display that makes it a lot easier to navigate through the menu. If that doesn't sound like something you want to do, you can also do most things with the physical controls or connect the GX100 to your computer and build your patches there. Or, if you want to be even cooler, you can buy this little optional Bluetooth adapter here and do all of that from your phone. This is of course for the part where you create your sounds and patches. When it comes to live use, the foot switches become your user interface. On the bottom row we have 4 to access different effects or switch through patches. And there's the C1 control, which always offers one alternative sound within a patch. If you're building your own, you can of course make it whatever you want. In the second row we have bank up and down and the C2 switch, which is set to activate the internal tuner as a default in most patches. And finally on the right there's of course a volume or expression or wah pedal. let's talk about the in and outputs. On the left it starts with your bass input followed by your typical 1/4 inch outputs in mono or stereo plus one for headphones. Then we have the effects loop and two amp control outs that you can use to switch channels on your bass amp or other effects in the loop. Then we have MIDI in and out plus our USB port. Sounds are decent, it's very easy to understand and control. The apps work perfectly, the tone exchange platform lets you share your sounds with your buddies like Pokemon cards. What's not to like? And that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching. See you again in a few days here on Bass the World, and until then we have hundreds, probably over 1,000 videos on our channel, so go there, watch them all, and while you're there, please also subscribe. Bye bye! Bass the World.